having done my MBA online taught me a lot. It taught me how engaging it could be compared to a face-to-face model where day in, day out, you just have to be there. You just have to do 8 to 5. Very different for especially work for mothers, for example. We don't have that flexibility for women with children to go into specialty degrees anymore. And I really think we need to start looking at that. So if we could evolve education model to be more flexible, more part-time, online, I think, we would have more women educating, more women doing even PhDs, specialties. So, this is where I'm heading. That's my next project, to really change the face of education if we can.
So true. I completely agree with you, because when I was pregnant with my third and I had 2 little kids, I tried to study a 3rd degree in aesthetics, in beauty, and I did 1 semester and I thought, I can't be waking up at 4:30 every morning. I don't have time for my assignments. I don't have time for lectures. It just does not suit my lifestyle. And then that I needed to attend practicals, which I couldn't do 2-4 weeks. I had a business. I'm like, this is not working for me. So it definitely has to be flexible.
Yes. And this is where, I call it education needs to evolve. It has to evolve. And online learning, pandemics changed so many things for us. It really has, in a positive way. And, people have started to understand the value of less travel, how innovatively we can still work. You and I today can still have this excellent conversation and meeting, much better face-to-face, but also right now we are able to still deliver a message that you want to deliver to a much wider audience than you could have face-to-face. So, this is where I'm very, very excited about if somehow those traditional university models, especially in dentistry and especially specialty degrees, can flex a little bit to allow our general dental practitioners to gain the skills and knowledge required in different areas by a university model. So really well-structured, evidence-based teaching. However, that's flexible and it suits women. And it suits women with children.
If I was going back studying dentistry right now, because it was such a full-on degree, there's no way I'd study as a mum with young kids. No way.
Yeah. And this is where, I read articles about gender pay gap. Always we see, we are very lucky in dentistry. We do not have this problem. We have 50% female dentists and 50% male. We're very equal balance. We're very lucky in dentistry and healthcare where more women are there, but you do see that ratio drop in specialization. So 50% we have male, females as general dentists in Australia. If you look at all the registered general dentists across Australia, it is very balanced for gender. But when you look at all the specialty or the specialist registrations, you get 25% females in most and 75% males. And you wonder why. And I've often heard, I've had these chats with a lot of people. I was invited to a women in dentistry lecture, and I was having chats with many other women. I've had some women say, well, women they choose not to study, or they choose to have children and prioritize their families. And I think that is correct. But if they were given an option to have both, to be able to go into a specialty degree or a degree of their choice, in a flexible manner and still have that family, I think any woman would take that on. But knowing that these structured models exist that suit the males in general, but not the females, we are actually, this is where gender imbalance starts. So I just think we're very lucky at the general dental level, but again, specialty level, it's not there. We have more males doing specialty than females in many, many fields. So I'd love to see more females come up, more females evolve in education or any other area.
I remember you as a general dentist in Hunters Hill. I had my first job as a dental receptionist. That's where I remember you from. And then you popped up with BOSS and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I went to do my specialty then, and then I came back. I came back and I started. So all of that education just started from me. I've been there. I've worked from ground up to build my practice. My practice wasn't existing. It was built from scratch.
Mhm.
To this day, I don't know what you say something from scratch. I'll go, oh, this is a tough way. I did it, but
It's challenging. Absolutely.
it's tough. I always say try to find something existing. So it's like nobody knows you ever existed, and suddenly you just come up, bang, you're there.
Oh, well, you
And
made
now
your
people
mark.
have to get to know you, and so I was very passionate from the time I built my website. I kept thinking, what do I want to do? And I remember one thing, and that came out of a business coach. I had a business coach help me once, and he said, always seek feedback. If you do not seek feedback, you will never grow, you will never evolve. And to this day, pretty much anything I do, even if I have a small webinar that I do routinely, or any patient that I ever treat, if I am in the chair with them at the end of the appointment, I'll often say, I'd love your feedback. I'd love to know what you love about us, or love about me, or your treatment, or tell me something really positive about your whole experience so far. And then I always push them to tell me one area that we could do better, always. Even if they say, oh, there's nothing really, everything is good, I'll say, but I'm sure there's something we could do better. And that is really what I'm going for. And over time, constantly collecting this feedback in different areas of my life. And it's funny, I even do that with my partner. It's a recipe for maybe success even in your personal life. So even with my partner, I say, so what could I do better?
It's any way to grow, isn't it?
Area I excel at. And my partner just laughs. Yeah, but it really brings me so much value. That feedback it's immense value, because nobody can tell you like this. No survey, no data, no, because when we do surveys and data, we reduce everything to ticking boxes and yes and no. This is really open-ended, qualitative data, and nothing can give you that. And at the end of the day, we go out to work, we engage with people all day. We need to know how to talk to our audiences. We need to know how to relate to them. And I think that's one thing that somebody taught me, and I really can't even remember this person a long time ago, and I've just stuck by it. It's just so natural to me to constantly ask for feedback. And I think that has helped me become a better person, a better clinician, a better businesswoman, and really understand my audience, whether that's my patients, whether that's my students, or my partner. So understand my audience.
I'll definitely be implementing that. Thank you for that. That's a hot tip. That's very, very important. And I know you've got a passion with marketing and innovation. So tell us more about what you know about that, because I know you studied your Masters of Business.
Yeah, I actually really enjoy marketing. To me, marketing is creative. And Henry Ford, I think, said famously, I don't know what works, but something works. Sometimes in marketing, you really don't know what's going to hit the spot. So this is what I love about marketing, because to get a message across in today's world, we have so many different, probably only doing it with print or media like TV or radio. Now we not only have those traditional models, we have so many other platforms to reach out or give our message, to people. So to me, marketing is just about reaching out to people, giving the right message to the right audience, and understanding their need. So giving them what they need and showing them that it's possible for them. So you've got to understand who really are the people who you want to deliver to. And then you've got to do it in fun, creative ways. And one thing I've learned is whatever engages me, like breeds like. So whatever engages me, I go, I really like this. This is really funny. Actually, I want to use this in my business, or I want to adapt or modify this. So a lot of times when I do what I like, it attracts similar people, because I'm now attracting my audience who's also engaging with this content, and they're often like-minded people. So you build a network of connections with marketing, with like-minded people. And of course, at the end of the day, marketing brings two really big benefits. One is brand power.
Mm-hmm.
The second is revenue. So, brand power is probably even bigger than revenue. If you think of a soft drink, you always think Coke first. It's about people knowing that you exist. And I think, and people knowing that there's a choice out there for them. I think that's what's the most fascinating part about it. Coming up with constant ideas. To be honest, you never really know. You never really know what's going to work. Know what you want to build. Is it brand power? Is it revenue? What do you want to get out of this? Because people don't forget that brand. Now, when I do go for a soft drink, I wouldn't think of Pepsi, for example. Mm-hmm. And it's rare, but hey, that's what I would think. So this is what you want people to think. If it's for a course, they're going to go to BOSS. If it's for their smile or their Invisalign treatment, they're going to come to my practice. About building that power.
You're achieving it because a lot of dentists know BOSS and your practice as well.
I think we're doing really well. And I often tell people there's a lot of dental gurus out there who are teaching young dentists, what to do with their marketing. And often I hear the message, you've got to spend at least $1,000 a month on this Google AdWords, or you must do this and, spend mm-hmm. money to get more money, spend money. I have the reverse. And this is because of my MBA and the Stanford University boot camps that I did, where they say every successful brand's always built on internal marketing, which costs the least amount of it. You need to be more engaging with your customers, actually. You have to have a very good relationship to even get into an internal word of mouth type of marketing. But if you could make that your primary focus rather than external marketing and pay the dollars and just think it's going to bring your business a lot of good luck, I think you would fail and you would you're just wasting a lot of money, unnecessary, just going out, and you're probably attracting the wrong type of crowd as well, the wrong type of audience for you, the wrong type of clients for you or patients for you. So my message is try to really hone the power of your own customers, your own patients, your own clients. That's what will last. The internal marketing trumps external any day. So one clever example is Amazon. Now, I know it's an online selling platform, very different to what we do in dentistry. So as you're browsing their products on Amazon, what you will see is a lot of suggestions coming up of similar things that people have bought who have also bought this product. Mm-hmm. And what they're doing, that is just internal marketing. Or, like Uber sends you refer a friend, they're going to get a free ride or something like that. I just think they're honing their own customer base. And this is what we have to understand in dentistry, that, this external marketing can only reach so much. And there's a lot of messages out there that spend a lot of dollars. And I don't know what you've discovered in this. You built practices yourself. And if you agree with this as well, I'm sure you've done a lot of external marketing at some point.
My main thing has been word of mouth, so internal marketing. Absolutely.
That is the best way. And you know how I learned? I got burnt. I got very burnt. You? My very first year of my very first business I'd ever owned, that was my clinical practice about 8-9 years ago when I started it in Mossman. I had Smooth FM representative walk in the door. And I just built this practice a month before. I just walked in.
Wow.
And I remember this Smooth FM convincing me how radio is the way to go for marketing. And I was so convinced, having no knowledge of marketing, having no knowledge of business, I went straight from always being an employee to suddenly a business owner. I remember spending close to maybe $150,000, $200,000 on radio in that first year. That's just on radio, Smooth FM ads. And after a year of doing it, I realized I was just attracting the wrong type of people. I mean, think about you're doing a Sydney-wide message for a local practice that just didn't make sense, number one. Number two, you're attracting people who have to travel an hour or 2 hours from other ends of Sydney because they heard your ad. And, obviously orthodontic is a long treatment. So they're going to have to now repeat these visits. And so we actually noticed the return was so low. But when we did a very simple campaign, which was about, just reaching out, going to the local markets, having a stall there, or just having a sign outside your door was enough. We actually got, if you look at the return, way more, I'd say 100 times more than that radio advertising. And I was so convinced by the salesperson. And this is where I thought, I'm a failure. I'm a failure. My first 2 years in business, I felt like a failure. I felt I didn't know anything. And this, unfortunately, there is some support there, but not enough for a very new business owner in dentistry. I believe there could be more. And people like you could really help new budding practice owners. And really that mentorship doesn't exist to a degree that can be very helpful.